Minnesota Twins baseball on Valley Sports North is presented by Indeed. The world can work better. It's the end of the road trip this afternoon in Philadelphia, and the Twins would like to finish the road trip with a series win against a really good Philadelphia Phillies team. It'll be left-hander Ranger Suarez going for the Phillies and right-hander Sonny Gray going for the Minnesota Twins. Citizens Bank Park is where we're at. Dick Bramer along with Glenn Perkins as the Twins hope to win the final two games of this road trip. And they've got Sonny Gray on the mound today, and he's been really good as of late in the second half.
Yeah, 10 walks in his first 3 starts of July, but since then 4 starts, only 1 walk. And I asked him the other day, what did you change? What adjustment did you make? And he just said, I'm going to challenge hitters. He went from not wanting to give in to hitters, living on the edge of the zone, outside of the zone, to living on the edge of the zone and in the zone a little bit more. It's worked out really well for him. He's been a lot more efficient on the mound, and you can see right there in his last 4 starts, 27 strikeouts, only 1 walk, still with a low ERA. He's been really good, and they'll need him to be good again today if they want to get out of here with a series win and a happy flight home.
And for Sonny Gray, he'll have Michael A. Taylor out in center field. Now, Michael A. Taylor hasn't done much offensively, but Audra, has he put on a show defensively in this series?
Yes, he did. I mean, if you're a Twins pitcher, you have to feel lucky to have him behind you in center field, right? How many times have we seen the guy on the mound pump his fist or raise his hands in the air in appreciation of what Michael A. Taylor did in center field? The answer is a lot. We've seen some great grabs from him this season, but it's hard to top the 3 we've seen so far in this series. It all started Friday night when he covered 153 total feet for 2 catches that Rocco Baldelli said tell you a lot about a player when he's going that hard in a very lopsided game. Last night, he saved a huge run covering 71 feet for a catch that Rocco said was the play of the game. And with those kind of plays, there's an art to being aggressive without being reckless. And Michael A. Taylor has it down pat.
I think thinking about the situation ahead of time, if it's a close game, there might be times where you need to keep the ball in front, so you're not going to dive for a ball unless you're 100%. But outside of that, trying to be as aggressive as possible. And then there's certain balls, based on the location, the gaps, you're more likely to have your off outfielder backing you up rather than a line drive right at you that might roll to the center field wall.
After the game last night, Joey Gallo called Michael A. Taylor the GOAT in center field. And when I relayed that to Taylor today, he smiled and said, really? The guy's won 2 Gold Gloves. If he thinks that, I'll take it. I appreciate it all day long. It's just great to have the support of my teammates. Well, he'll be back out there manning center field, trying to help his team get the job done, looking for the series win against a tough Philadelphia Phillies team. Game 3 comes your way next.
A little bit of a weather delay last night, but we've been pretty lucky with the weather on this road trip. We've gotten the games in. That's the main thing. Warm and muggy again. 88 degrees, the game time temperature here in Philadelphia. And the Twins have not had a good road trip, but it'll smell and taste a whole lot better if they can beat this Phillies team 2 out of 3.
Finish this thing strong, series win, happy flight, that'd be good.
Off day for the Twins tomorrow, another off day on Thursday, a couple of games in between against the Tigers at home. 8 runs scored for the Twins last night. And we'll see if the Twins can get a well-pitched ball game like they did last night and come out with a series win. The Menards Twins batting order, Twins a little banged up, but they have this lineup out there today. Solano back in the lineup after injuring his knee and ankle. Jorge Polanco, Jordan Luplow, Ryan Jeffers, Christian Vasquez, Matt Wallner, Kyle Farmer, Michael A. Taylor, and Eddie Julian.
Another left-hander on the mound facing the Twins today. That's Ranger Suarez. 0-3 with a 6.11 in July, but his last 2 starts both in August. 12 innings, only 3 runs allowed. So he's been a little better. Take a look at his arsenal. His stats brought to you by Home Furniture. There you go. Sinker, forcing, curveball, changeup, cutter. Sinker, curveball, cutter to lefties. The fastball, sinker combination along with a changeup and a curveball. That's what he'll throw to the left, to the right-handed batters. He will use his curveball to get strikeouts. It's his main strikeout pitch. both lefties and righties.
Phillies defense brought to you by Ford. Kyle Schwarber out there in left field again. Johan Rojas in center. Nick Castellanos in right. Alec Bowman third. Turner Stott up the middle. Jake Cave getting a start at first base. And Garrett Stubbs behind the plate. Cave getting a chance to show off his versatility. We saw that when he was with Minnesota, but playing in the outfield, left, center, and right. Getting a chance to start in the infield here, in part because Bryce Harper is still dealing with some back issues. Alex McKay will call balls and strikes. Bruce Dreckman, Stu Schuerwater, Malachi Moore on the bases. The Phillies rather continued honoring their past on Alumni Weekend, honoring the Hall of Famers who were here, former Phillies, specifically the 83 and 93 World Series teams here. So, yeah, big crowd on hand here, and we'll see if the Twins can play more like they did last night than Friday night.
Yeah.
Solano leading things off. In there for a strike.
I'm going to need you to text Jim Cotton and ask him why he was wearing a helmet down on the field before the game.
I'm guessing it's because he wanted to have some sunscreen. And helmets, as we know, are SPF 150.
Impenetrable. Impenetrable by the sun.
0-2 now to Solano. Jammed his ankle, sprained his knee, did a lot of things to his right foot in Detroit. Missed a couple of games accordingly. Back in there today as the designated hitter. That's to left. A liner, and Schwarber makes the catch. Well hit ball, one away. Polanco will hit right-handed. Friday night he hit a home run right-handed.
Yeah, that was an encouraging sign. He struggled a little bit from that right side. Twins haven't been strangers to the long ball in this series. This is a home run park. They have certainly taken advantage, especially last night.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud, and now bouncer to short. Second hop comes up for Turner, and Polanco gone quickly. 2 down. Base is empty. That'll bring up Jordan Luplow. Twins were interested in Luplow given his history of success against lefties, and he's faced a little bit of everything in his 13 at bats. Has 5 hits. He's faced lefties, righties. He's faced third baseman. He's faced pitchers. And he takes ball 1.
He's pitched.
Yes, he has.
Done a little bit of everything.
1-0 to Luplow. High fly to center. It's got some carry. Rojas going back. He's at the wall. It's gone. Jordan Luplow joins the home run parade in Philadelphia.
Well, that ball just never came down. He got that thing up in the air. He hit it hard. A little bit of a breeze going from left to right. 1-0 fastball. Suarez, a sinker ball guy. You get him elevated, that's what you can do. Outside corner, he just went with it.
I don't think the wind impacted that much. Maybe shifted it left to right a little bit. It's a pretty hefty breeze blowing from the left field pole to the right field pole. And now Ryan Jeffers hitting .339 since the All-Star break. 1-1. Out in front, 1-2. Twins have both catchers on the roster in the starting lineup, but unlike the past, where they've had somebody behind the plate and somebody in the DH spot, the other catcher, Christian Vasquez, is at first base today. And a called third strike will wrap it up. Jordan Luplow keeps on hitting his first Twins home run as the Twins up 1-0. left-handed pitching, and he hit one out in the first inning. And Rob Thompson has seen his team really play well. They are 40-21 in their last 61 games. And he'll send out this Menards batting order. Kyle Schwarber leading things off. Alec Bohm batting second. Bryce Harper in the DH spot. Castellanos, Stott, Turner, Cave, Stubbs, and Rojas.
It's up to Sonny Gray to hold this Phillies lineup down here this afternoon. Had a good start against Detroit on this road trip. 24th start of the season. We mentioned it in the pregame show today. Only one walk in his last 4 starts. His stats brought to you by Home Furniture as well. The arsenal for Sonny: fastball, curveball, sweeper, sinker, cutter, changeup. He's got all those breaking balls, and he somehow manages to differentiate the 3. I don't know how he does it.
Launched to right. Wallner at the wall makes the catch. Got under it, and with this wind, I thought that was gone. But it stayed in the park for the first out. Defense for the Twins brought to you by Ford. An outfield of Luplow, Taylor, and Wallner. And an infield of Polanco, Farmer, Julian, Vasquez, Jeffers behind the plate. And Vasquez getting the start at first base, getting some early infield work again here today. When asked when Solano went down with his injury, I asked Rocco Baldelli about his depth chart at first base. He said he doesn't have one, but we knew at some point Gallo wasn't going to be starting out there. And I'll give it to the Twins. They've had a recent history of really short first basemen. Arise last year at 5'10", Solano listed at 5'8", Vasquez listed at 5'9". 1-1 to Alec Bohm. Whistled in the left. Bohm with a hit, and he'll hold up with a single. On target throw from Luplow. He gets a chance to show off his arm a little bit. A 1-out single that'll get Harper to the plate.
They didn't know he had that arm. That's a hanging breaking ball, and Bohm ripped that thing through the left side. He rounded first base hard, but yeah, Luplow gets there quick. Good throw back in, keep Bohm at first base.
Because of the years with Cincinnati principally, a lot of these Phillies hitters have some history against Sonny Gray. Sonny coming to the Twins from Cincinnati. There's strike 1 to Harper. Harper 2 for 14 with 6 strikeouts against Sonny Gray. Wallner coming in and making a shoestring catch. That ball looked like that fooled him as well. Luplow's ball just kept on carrying. You believe it was wind aided, but there have been 2 balls hit to right field. One Wallner had to retreat on, and he had to come in on this one.
Yeah, this was a sinking liner. I think that thing must have had some top spin on it. Maybe even, where's that sun at? Yeah, he might have been looking into the sun a little bit as well. Nice play.
And now Castellanos. Sonny very attentive to the game, even the games he's not pitching in, and I'm sure he noticed that Pablo Lopez last night attacked, got ahead of these Phillies hitters and had a chance to have a good outing, which he did. And Sonny, that's his game plan anyway against anybody. Get ahead. Strike 1, strike 2.
Well, and kind of the shift that Sonny made from earlier in the season to these last 4 starts is, I've described him as a guy that's not going to give in. He's not going to give in to hitters, and he's not giving in, but he's intentionally trying to throw balls in the strike zone a little bit more. He got tired of the high pitch counts, tired of the walks.
And Sonny Gray picks the first hop off, flips to first, a 10 pitch, 1-2, well, 1-3-4 first inning. 1-0 Twins on a Jordan Luplow home run. That's Max Kepler there. He's not in the starting lineup. Check out who's ruling the plate, brought to you by Burger King. And so far in August, the Twins have a 7-5 mark. And in those 12 games, 23 home runs. That's about the average of their home run rate in the 2019 season. Here's Vasquez. And there's strike one.
7 home runs in this series for the Twins.
But in the limited games that we've seen here, this has been a very home run friendly ballpark. The Twins have hit the ball well here over the years. Last time they were here in 2019, they hit 6 home runs in 3 games. Joey Gallo with a couple in the ball game last night. Inside, 2-1. Suarez much tougher against lefties. That's why Gallo's on the bench today. A liner to left. Schwarber's going back, looking up, and that ball is off the wall. Vasquez is going to dig for 2, and he is safe. What a slide by Vasquez. Stott put the glove down in front of the bag, and Vasquez was able to evade the tag and come in at 9 o'clock.
That's an incredible slide. He thought that ball was gone. I think everybody thought that ball was gone. Just barely stayed in the ballpark, and he had to book it to second base. And Schwarber, he's familiar with this wall. That's a good play by Schwarber. Here you see Vasquez just slam on the brakes.
I think the Phillies are challenging this. I don't see a tag yet. Do you?
The only thing would have been if he got him on his left thumb.
I'm surprised they're challenging this.
He didn't get him initially. But take a look and see if he gets his left thumb right there. Hard to tell.
Maybe at the very end. But you're right. I thought that ball was gone, but I thought Schwarber's was gone in the first inning.
Got him on his thumb. They got a play on the scoreboard here.
We've heard Philly fans boo throughout the series.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Philadelphia will retain the challenge.
Well, Vasquez cranked one to left, and so far it looks like the wind, if anything, is knocking these balls down to the outfield.
Yeah, take a look at this right here so you can see Vasquez got around him, but it's right there. Stott just moved his glove into the spot, caught him on his thumb. Good play.
Wallner off his foot. That's what happened to Max Kepler last night. That's one of the reasons Kepler's not in the lineup. He smashed a ball off his toe. It's not broken, but he's still not pain-free. So the Twins with a left-handed starting pitcher putting Kepler on the bench as well. So a single for Vasquez, thrown out, trying to turn it into a double. It's a chip shot down the line. That's going to be a tough play. Oh, what a catch by Bohm! In foul ground, a tremendous play by the Philly third baseman.
I didn't think there was any chance that he was going to make that play. Back to the field. That was in no man's land.
2 quick outs, and now Farmer. And he takes outside a ball. Deep to right, twisting foul. 1-1. Farmer getting the start at short. Carlos Correa still dealing with that plantar fasciitis. Off day on the schedule tomorrow, and the hope is that Correa can stay off his feet today and be ready to go Tuesday night.
More often than not, when Carlos gets a day off, it usually coincides with an off day as well, just kind of double up. So he's been a little sore. He's been on the field a lot.
Strike call, 2-2.
Rocco said it wasn't a scheduled day off for Carlos. Obviously, you'd like to have him in the lineup, but
came out of the ball game last night with the Twins leading comfortably, if there is such a thing in Philadelphia. 3-2 to Farmer. Michael A. Taylor on deck. Farmer thought it inside. We showed it inside, but it's called a strike, and only 3 men back in the Twins' second.
Here today, they're up 1-0 as we bring you this afternoon's clubhouse coverage. Christian Vasquez makes his 13th career start at first base this afternoon, but his first since July of last season. When I saw him earlier today, I said, "So you excited about the start?" And with a big smile, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I love ground balls, and I hope I get a few this afternoon." He also gave a big shout out to Donovan Solano for lending him his glove to use in the game. Philly fans are known to be pretty outspoken, especially the ones right above the visitors' bullpen, but not this series. Emilio Pagan told me that those fans are obsessed with Joan Duran. Apparently, they have been pretty much begging him to get into the game, saying, "Who throws 105 miles an hour? We want to see it. Get in the game." Pagan said it's like they forgot that they're supposed to talk trash. And when I told Rocco Baldelli about it, his reaction was, "What happened? Did they get soft?" Great conversations this week about the passionate fan base here in Philadelphia, guys.
And I would guess there's a real good chance that Duran will get in. He hasn't pitched in the series yet, and there's an off day tomorrow, so we'll see. Gray starting the second inning with a 3-0 count to start. A 4-pitch walk, and the leadoff man is aboard for Trey Turner.
Well, 10 pitches, 9 strikes in the first inning for Sonny Gray, so didn't expect to see that coming back out here for the second. And bullpens are a tough place on the road. Fans are pretty nasty down there. I am surprised that this is the place where they would do that, but also what Duran does pretty special, and you do appreciate baseball fans that want to see something like that you don't get to see every day.
Back in the zone at 94, strike one to Turner. One and one. Turner's been red hot during this homestand. Close at first. Turner struggling this year. He took ownership of a bad game down in Miami. The radio station got involved and suggested that the Philly faithful, and they are faithful, they're critical, but they are faithful, welcome Turner to start the homestand. Swinging a foul. And I was talking with Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt about Turner's welcome. There's Mike Schmidt somewhere there behind John Kruk. And he said it was really, and Schmidt had, I mean, my goodness, Schmidt might be one of the best third basemen ever in the game. He is one of the best, and he got booed here in Philadelphia from time to time. But Schmidt was really impressed that the Philly fans would offer encouragement to Turner. It must have had some impact on Turner because he's been picking up 2-3 hits every game during this homestand.
Yeah, during this homestand, this series, he's done nothing but hit. 3 hits last night. Also 8 for 19 off Sonny in his career.
1-2 here. Gray trying to pitch around the leadoff walk. Two and two. Was dropped as low as 8th in the batting order. Now hitting 6th. And Sonny Gray got him to chase for the first out of the second inning. And that'll bring up Jake Cave.
Good pitch by Sonny Gray here. That slider down and away. We haven't seen Trey Turner expand much in this series. I'll show you how tight that break is. Sonny Gray's sweeper.
Ground ball headed up the middle and through for a hit. Rounding second, stop will go to third. So a ground ball base hit. And a tying run 90 feet away.
About a 9-hopper seeing eye single right there.
And Sonny hoping to get a ground ball double play here. He's gotten 8, and if that ball had been directed 10 feet either way, he may have gotten an inning-ending double play right there. As it is, Stubbs will bat first and third, one away. Hacked foul. 4 straight quality starts for Sonny Gray. Tough act to follow after what Pablo Lopez did last night. And as the Twins wrap up this road trip, just ponder for a moment where they would be without the 2 Pablo Lopez starts. 7 innings against Detroit, no runs scored. 6 innings last night, no runs scored. So far, the only 2 wins on this road trip. And bunted foul. Phillies trying the safety squeeze with Stubbs squaring.
Well, and that's what an ace does. Pablo Lopez is the Twins' ace. He's pitched like an ace. He's pitched better here recently, really, than he did even in the beginning of the season when he started so hot. He's been on fire and got the road trip started off on the right foot, and then they need a stopper. He went out and did that last night.
1-2 to Stubbs. And a strikeout for out number 2. And that'll bring up Johan Rojas.
Just drops off the table. That a swing and miss by that much in the zone. It's just sharp late.
Rojas 1 home run hit. Got his first major league home run the other night against Jordan Luplow. Clipped him, and the number 9 hitter will go to first. And that means the Twins, and specifically Sonny Gray, have to face Schwarber with the bases loaded.
Just kind of lost it. I think he wants to try to get that up and in. He doesn't want to let him get his arms extended. Yeah, not ideal. Got the 9-hitter up. You got a big strikeout first and third, 1 out.
Schwarber 3 for 17 against Sonny Gray with 6 strikeouts. None of that matters now with the bases loaded and 2 down. Up, ball 1. So in the inning, a ground ball base hit, but before that, a 4-pitch walk. After that, a hit batter. And now 1-1. One and 2. A lot of strikeouts in Schwarber's game. A lot of walks too. But at least Sonny's ahead of him now, 1-2.
Right on that fastball. I don't think he'll do that again. They have tried to get him to chase up with those fastballs, but risky if you miss.
how you took that, but he did. 2-2. Almost clipped the down and in corner. Two and two. Sonny's been guilty of a few bases loaded walks this year.
Well, and I think that's kind of what spurred his kind of change in mentality. Was it's situations like this, that leadoff walk, 4 pitches to start there, and end up pitching yourself into trouble.
A collective sigh of relief in Twins territory. Phillies fill the bases and leave them full. Gave up a home run in the first inning to Jordan Luplow. His first start against the Twins. Our Indeed player resume, like a lot of pitchers, he's had greater success away from here than here.
Yeah, it's a tough ballpark to pitch in here in Philly, and seen a couple balls get out of here that wouldn't have been homers. Very many other ballparks, and it's all part of it.
Well, Michael A. Taylor will lead things off for the Twins, and as we said in the open, hasn't done much offensively, but boy, has he really put on a show out in center field. Squaring, bunting in the air, and a foul ball, strike one. One of the Philly alums honored here, great center fielder Gary Maddox. And the quote regarding Maddox was, 2/3 of the earth is covered by water, and the other third by Gary Maddox. And that's kind of what Taylor has done here today, or in this series. He has been all over center field and made 3 diving catches. Outside, 1-1.
Yeah, some fantastic catches, and last night's huge play. Game still close at that time, but it doesn't matter for him. Close game, not a close game. He's giving it everything he's got, and those two on Friday night, they were 151 feet apart. Right left center field gap, short right center.
Well, missing again, 3-1. Eddie Julian on deck. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Julian on deck. And a strikeout for the first out of the third. Suarez coming back from 3-1 to strike him out. Well, here are the catches by the former Gold Glove Award winner.
Yeah, this is left center field. Full out speed, sprint, full out extension, then have to come back in going the other way. Another really nice catch, and then this was a big one right here. Guy in scoring position. Cut that thing off in the gap.
We saw it last night, and on a replay again today. It was odd. It was a right-handed batter, and it looked like it had some hook to it. It was actually, it appeared to be hooking away from Taylor as he was running to the gap, but he was able to make the play anyway.
Yep.
1 strike to Eddie Julian. And a base hit to left. Put it in play. Julian with a really good on-base percentage of .376. But against lefties, it's just about half of that. But he gets a base hit here with 1 out in the third.
Well, he likes to go the other way no matter what. But it's a good idea right there where you got a sinker ball guy on the mound. He's going to try to run it in on your hands. You just stay inside of it and shoot it that way. Beat the shift.
Solano lined to Schwarber to start the ball game. And he takes outside, ball 1. Check swing, 2-0. And now a strike, 2-1. Twins with a team batting average 237. This is game 120 on the year. And now 2-2. That's hit to right center field. It's down for a hit. Julian will round second and go to third. Solano tried to pull the ball for a base hit in the first inning. Went the other way for a single here in the third.
He's got an elevated fastball. We've seen him all season long. He'll use the whole field. He likes to hit the ball where it's pitched. Smoked one in the first inning. No luck. Didn't hit that one nearly as hard, but they all even out, right?
That's what I've been told. Here is Polanco. A strike. Hit a home run right-handed here on Friday, and then back in 2019 hit for the cycle here. He actually had a 5-hit game, 4 of them from the left side of the plate, but his double as part of the cycle was hit right-handed. That is a great stop at third. It'll be a base hit. And coming in from third, it's Julian. But a knockdown by Bohm, turning a double into a single and keeping the runners at first and second instead of second and third. 3 straight singles, and it's 2-0.
That's a nice play by Bohm at third base. That's easy extra bases. Easy extra bases for Polanco, but kept it in the infield. Nice play.
That is a foul ball, says third base umpire Malachi Moore. Close, almost went over the bag. 1 strike. Luplow hit one toward the bullpens. Cleared the wall in center field for a solo home run in the first. Up and in.
That was 103.1 off the bat. He hit it high, and that's why I thought the thing was getting carried by the wind, but it actually got knocked down 31 feet out in that right center field gap. So he smoked that ball.
2-1. It came with 2 out in the first inning.
So the wind is swirling because the flags are blowing from left to right, and that ball actually got moved back towards center field a little bit. And that's a pretty cool graphic right there. You can see that thing.
So deep down the left field line. And almost tucked it inside the pole, but it's outside the pole for another strike. 2-2.
Calm conditions. That ball ends up in the Twins bullpen.
Looks like a crosswind from here, but our metrics show that the wind is actually knocking some of these balls down here. 2-2 to Luplow. And time is called. Luplow calling it just as Suarez was breaking from the stretch.
Suarez not looking at home plate. See, he's checking Solano at second. Thankfully, he didn't try to throw that ball.
Inside edge is called, out number 2, and that'll bring up Ryan Jeffers. 2 strikeouts in the third, 3 singles so far.
Well, he's got that breaking ball that he'll throw on the outer half, and then the front door sinker. That's his 3rd strikeout looking today. Just freezes him.
See what Jeffers can get done here with 2 on and 2 out. Fastball low, ball 1.
Yeah, he'll throw that fastball both sides of the plate. He'll backdoor the breaking ball. Saw him do that to Polanco early in the at-bat. Then he can kind of front hip, front door that sinker to these right-handed batters.
Squibbed over by the Philly dugout. 1-1. Two and one. And now 2-2. Solano at second, Polanco at first. Driven to the right field corner, but foul. Pitch number 49 for Suarez. He's trying to get his 9th out. Now even the flags are blowing more in from center field than anything else.
Yeah, kind of been checking in on it. It swirls, and you just, you know, like it's at target field. You see the flags blowing one way, but on the field, you know, with the grandstands and that, things swirl. But it seems like it's shifting.
Coming in from downtown.
Yeah.
Maybe that's okay if you're leading 2-0.
I always like that as a pitcher.
Breaking ball, a pitch that he's used more often this year to get strikeouts, and he got one, but the Twins added another run.
Twins here in Philadelphia, a city that we all know is well known for its cheesesteaks. And yes, you can get this staple here all around the ballpark, but you cannot get these, because these cheesesteaks are courtesy of the visiting clubhouse chef Eric Michaels, and he's become kind of famous around Major League Baseball. Years ago, a somewhat underground competition began among visiting teams. Who can eat the most Philly cheesesteaks in a single series? But now the contest has grown, and there's all kinds of records that the guys at the clubhouse have been keeping track of. In terms of an individual one-day record, Adrian Sanchez with the Nationals ate 10.5 in one day back in 2021. The Mets as a team ate 103 on one single day back in 2014. And Rockies strength coach Mike Jasperson had, what does that say, 25 in a 4-day series. So I figured, gentlemen, since we are here, we must celebrate. I don't anticipate us having our own competition, because I can promise you I can't eat that whole thing.
No, these are big.
Yeah, these aren't sliders. No, these are big sandwiches here.
Yeah, they're good size. I ate one yesterday, really good. I ate the steak one yesterday. I got the chicken today.
Okay.
And very excited. The only cheesesteaks I had, I've never been here, is Jersey Mike's, which I love.
Okay.
But you got to try Philly cheesesteaks when you're in Philly. I went to a place the other day, but the clubhouse ones,
apparently
better.
These are way better.
The clubhouse one was better.
No offense, and I feel bad for the fans who are hoping to come to the ballpark and have one. You can't, unless you got a media credential to get yourself into the visiting clubhouse. But I've seen a lot of the guys housing these over the last couple of days, so I'm curious. Should we have at it, Glenn?
Let's do it.
I know, Dick, you're going to save it for the commercial break. I don't blame you.
Yep. Backhanded, Julian with a nice play behind the bag and a one-hop throw. Really nice positioning, first of all, And then a nice athletic play by Julian behind the second base bag. That was a base hit headed for center field, but it never got there.
Well, and Rocco Baldelli talked about Julian and the work that he's putting in the infield and the improvements that he's made with his range, with his throwing. Starting to pay off a little bit. That's a really nice play, backhanded up the middle.
How on earth can somebody eat 10 and a half of these? Up and away, ball one.
Our director loves it when I eat on air. It's one of his favorite things.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good.
This chicken is really good too.
I'll take your word for it. Until now, I have a confession to make. I have never had a Philly cheesesteak.
An actual Philadelphia Philly cheesesteak or a Philly cheesesteak in general?
They've got a stand at Hammond Stadium down in Fort Myers, and I thought many times about walking by and getting one, but I've yet to try one. Check swing, and now it's another 3-ball count to Bryce Harper. Bone had a 3-ball count, nearly walked, and then Julian made his nice play, and the second inning started with a 4-pitch walk. There was a hit batter, so Sonny Gray struggling a little bit with his command. Second 4-pitch walk. Sonny's aware of this happening from time to time this year. Thought that he had maybe cured whatever the ill was. Now Castellanos will bat with a runner at first and one down.
Yeah, and this is these 2 walks, 4-pitch walks, different than kind of earlier in the season where it was longer, drawn out at bats. I think he's been in the zone.
Could be 2. There's one. That takes care of the walk on the very next pitch, and Sonny Gray faces just 3 men in the third. Twins baseball on Bally Sports North is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. 2-0 Twins in front. They'll hit now in the 4th inning. Sonny Gray pitching around another walk. And these sandwiches are fantastic. They're wonderful.
You've had to wait 67 years to have a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, well, I've only.
It was worth the wait.
It was really, really good. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. I mean, what's not to like, right? It's sliced ribeye, right?
Yeah, cheese
and onions.
What else did you get in there?
I was told the works: onions, mushrooms
and peppers.
Yeah.
And just for fans' reference, I mean, this is half of one.
Imagine eating 10 and a half of those in one day.
I'm gaining 20 pounds just thinking about eating 10 and a half in one day.
Vasquez takes down in the dirt. He almost, in fact, I think he thought he did hit a home run back in the 2nd inning. It caromed off the wall. He tried for a double, was thrown out after review. 1-1. Then Wallner and Farmer. Deep but foul.
Well, he was a Houston Astro last year, and that's one of 2 ballparks that would have been a home run in. Houston and Wrigley, that ball's gone, so maybe short porch and left, but top of the wall for Vasquez.
And now 2-2. It's all right.
Take that wind out of the picture, and it is a home run.
And I don't think Kyle Schwarber's ever going to win a Gold Glove, but he played that perfectly off the wall.
He did, yeah. He knew when to stop. Got that long bounce back and then made a good throw into second base.
Wallner followed that with a pop-up down the left field line, and Alec Bohm made a really, really good catch back in the 2nd inning. That'll be something to watch, how Julian and Wallner do against left-handers. Little chip shot. And Turner makes the catch, 2 down. 2 quick outs, and now Kyle Farmer called out on strikes, his first time up. Just as a point of reference, Wallner now 2 for 20 against lefties, and Julian 7 hits in 22 at bats. Farmer to short right, and a very quick top of the 4th inning for Ranger Suarez on just 8 pitches.
Getting out on the mound, Jordan Luplow said he's not quite Shohei Ohtani yet, but hey, with a home run here today, is one step closer. His first in a Twins uniform, giving the Twins the 1-0 lead. Little early run support for Sonny Gray so far. A couple scoreless innings, got 3 strikeouts and 2 walks, 25% chase rate as well, keeping these Philly batters in check so far. 2-0 Twins, guys.
And Bryson Stott leading off the Philly 4th inning. Gray getting ahead, 1 strike. And now a ball. Strike called. Now this game counts. This series counts both for the Phillies regular season and the Twins regular season, and they faced each other a lot in spring training over the years. Both teams train in Florida, 1 and 2. Just missed 2 and 2. But the Phillies also a bit of a footnote in Twins history and Metrodome history. They played the first 2 games ever played at the Metrodome before the 1982 regular season. Ball rolled to short, picked up by Polanco, 1 away. You can understand, and ballparks do it. Target Field did it. They had a 2-game series with the Cardinals before the first regular season games there, but everybody wanted to work the kinks out, concessions and everything. So the Phillies came to the Metrodome. Pete Rose was on the team. Mike Schmidt, who we mentioned earlier, came in, and I asked Mr. Schmidt about it. He said he didn't play in that series. He had fouled the ball off his foot late in spring training. And he says, as he recalls, he had his foot in a bucket of ice during the entire 2-game series. Pete Rose, if you said you were from Minnesota and you ran into Pete Rose and you said, hey, I'm from Minnesota, he would tell you right away. He got the first hit at the Metrodome as part of that exhibition series. Quick trip to the mound here. But maybe the most memorable thing that happened, and we had no idea whether the ball was going to travel well, how difficult it might be to see a white baseball against a white ceiling. We really didn't know that. After the first pitch, somebody from the stands threw a cherry bomb in foul territory behind Kent Herbeck, and it blew a hole in the turf, which brought the admonition from Bob Casey. And I don't want to do a Bob Casey imitation. He did it so well himself. That wasn't very smart. Kent Herbeck hit a couple of home runs on that first game. 1 strike. And Jeffers tried to steal it, but he missed. So anyway, the Phillies played the first ever games indoors at the Metrodome. 2-1.
You wonder how they pick the teams that do that. We did a test thing at Washington one year, and we did a test thing at the old Braves Park one year before spring training.
Okay. You mean before they
wanted
up?
to test new scoreboards or whatever
okay.
they were. You know, they were doing
right.
some remodels and that.
Swung on and missed 2-2. And for fans who were around when the Metrodome opened up, a very springy artificial turf. There was no baggy in right. The wall was 7 feet all the way around, foul pole to foul pole. Vasquez gets a ground ball, runs to the bag, 2 away. And there was no air conditioning, and we didn't realize that until June.
It took that long to.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was cool enough, so.
I suppose.
Yeah.
First warm day, and everybody's like, wait a second, this ain't going to work.
And then it was like playing baseball in a greenhouse.
Yeah.
It was just awful. 2 down, 2 ground ball outs here in the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Jake Cave.
So when they put in the baggie and the plexiglass, that was obviously for the bounces. That's what the plexiglass was for?
Ground ball to second. Well, we'll continue some Metrodome discussion. 3 ground ball outs and a good 4th inning for Sonny Gray. Special theme night package that comes with your ticket, an exclusive co-branded lightweight hoodie, and the first ever post-game drone show. For tickets, visit twins.com/Star Wars. Twins in front here, 2-0. We go to the 5th inning. Michael A. Taylor had a long at-bat, but ended up striking out against Ranger Suarez. Takes ball 1. You asked about the plexiglass at the Metrodome. That was kind of the Twins' answer to what the Orioles did to their left field. Had very little to do with the bounciness. By that time, the new second turf had been laid in, and it wasn't quite as springy as the original stuff. But the pitching staff was so bad. There were so many home runs hit to left. In Baltimore, they moved the fence back a quarter mile.
Yep.
And at the Metrodome, they just put up some plexiglass to keep some of the home runs in the ballpark. 2-1 to Taylor, and now up and in 3-1.
I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't know any better, so watching a baseball game through plexiglass, I think it was a natural fit with the hockey rinks that are in Minnesota. Just throw up some plexiglass.
3-1 to the leadoff man on the Twins' 5th. And there's a walk. Taylor and his speed aboard now to start the 5th inning. That'll bring up Julian. And now a quick message from Mall of America. Julian pushed a single through the left side of the infield. Now a chopper back to the mound. They get 1, but not 2. Julian sprinting down the line, reaching now on a fielder's choice, 1 out.
Well, he snapped an 0 for 13 skid in his last at bat, and I thought maybe they would have him try to lay down a bunt right there. Just push Taylor into scoring position for the top of the lineup. Bohm was in on the left side, but Julian just chopped one into the ground.
Solano's hit 2 balls sharply, got a base hit his last time up. And the baggie in right field at the Metrodome. Final thought on that. That too was put up there to keep some of the home runs in the ballpark. So there were a lot more doubles hit instead of home runs. Swung on and missed. And before they erected the baggie, Hall of Fame player and one of the best broadcasters, Phil Rizzuto, had all the folded up seats out there, and they were tilted down, and Phil Rizzuto called them the vampire seats because if you were sitting in them, you had to hang upside down.
Spent a lot of time in my childhood up above that baggie in right field.
2 strikes to Solano. Twins trying to add to a 2-0 lead. And Solano on 3 pitches has gone on strikes, 2 down.
Well, it's another front door sinker, and it's so hard to pull the trigger on that. That ball seems like it's going to be in the whole time, and then kind of darts back over the plate. 4 called third strikes for the Twins today.
Polanco hit a smash over the third base bag or in the vicinity, and Bohm did a nice job knocking it down. It still played out to an RBI single for Polanco in the 3rd inning. Suarez with 10 swings and misses already in the afternoon. One and 1 to Polanco. Little pop-up short right. Coming in is Castellanos. And that wraps up the top of the 5th inning. Twins trying to win the final 2 games of the series, and Sonny Gray doing well again. 4 shutout innings. The day after Pablo Lopez threw 6 shutout innings. And Gray delivers strike 1 to Garrett Stubbs. Struck him out in the 2nd inning. Wide of the bag.
Well, 13-2 in the first game, 8-1 last night. Figures you have a little bit of a pitcher's duel here so far.
Two strikes to Stubbs and Rojas and Schwarber. Looks like the Guardians are going to win their game in St. Petersburg. Just the 4th inning, but they lead it 8-1 in the dirt. And a foul ball. Pablo Lopez put on a show last night, talking with Phillies great Larry Boa before the game today, and he said, "There's your ace right there." Speaking of Lopez.
Yeah.
And so then, okay, if that's the case, and I suspect it is, we got a pretty good 1A and Sonny Gray right behind it.
Certainly do, and that's been the strength of this team all year long, and the way these guys have pitched.
Another chopper foul.
Day in, day out, and they put the team in position to win more often than not this year.
Another 1-2 coming from Gray. 60th pitch of the afternoon. Little hesitation there, and he drops a breaking ball in for a called 3rd strike. Haven't seen Sonny do as much of that, but he picked a good time to do it there.
Little trickery there. Stubbs, 2 strikeouts for him today, both on that breaking ball. And that one, yeah, I think that threw him off, the timing there.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Target Field. You can buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. 1 down on the 5th, and now Rojas hit by a pitch. The first pitch that Sonny Gray threw in the 2nd inning. This first pitch is on the outside edge. Half swing, but he went. And it's 0-2. Four strikeouts for Gray. Ended up striking out 3 men in the 2nd inning. And Rojas will take a timeout. Breaking ball and another half swing, and he went on 3 pitches. Another strikeout, 2 down. We talked at length last night about Pablo Lopez and his chase pitches, but Sonny's got that in his arsenal as well.
Yeah, and I think that having Sonny pitch after Pablo, he gets to watch what Pablo does, and it was the same thing in Detroit. Saw Pablo throw a great game. He went out there, and those breaking balls good for him. So not piling up the strikeouts as much, but getting some ugly swings, getting some check swings out of the zone.
Swung on and missed. We're only in the middle innings here, and we don't know how this game will turn out, but it might very well be that the biggest at bat of the game was Schwarber's second inning at bat with the bases loaded and 2 down. Twins had a 1-0 lead. And Gray had filled the bases with a walk and then base hit by Cave and then a hit batter, but he struck out Schwarber. And since then, the lead has grown to 2-0. One and two. And Jeffers trying to walk that off, I think.
Well, he ended up getting Schwarber to swing at a fastball right at the bottom, maybe a little bit below the zone. Schwarber took an unbelievable 1-2 breaking ball from Sonny. I don't know how he took it. Now in this at bat, it's been 3 fastballs.
The strikeout came on a 3-2 pitch.
Yep.
Two and two. And now another full count. Bohm on deck. Plenty of power in Schwarber's game. 30 home runs, 73 runs batted in. And as we said in that second inning at bat, a lot of strikeouts, but also a lot of walks. And a walk there with 2 down. Ball has yet to be put in play this half inning. 2 strikeouts, now a walk, and Bohm will come up. Bohm singled in the first, bounced out to Julian, made a nice play on him behind the second base bag in the third. And Jeffers will use a mound visit here, as much to give Sonny a bit of a break maybe as anything else.
Yeah, I think Jeffers has been pretty good with this, knowing when his pitcher needs a minute, and then I think as well, you just go back over this. Hey, how are we going to get this guy? What's the approach here? Sonny had a little trouble locating that fastball. He's trying to get him kind of that upper inside corner to Schwarber. Missed one high arm side, missed another one, kind of yanked it in. So get him back in the zone here.
3 mound visits left for the Twins. It is a hot, humid afternoon here in Philadelphia. So we'll see if Sonny Gray, after issuing his 3rd walk, been able to catch his breath a little bit. Missing ball 1. Foul back, 1-1. Fly ball right field, playable for Walner. 5 shutout innings on 72 pitches for Sonny Gray. Tune into the next Twins home game to find out how you could join the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle and win $50 in scratch tickets. Twins come home after today's game. Kind of a rough stretch, 13 out of 16 on the road. The Twins have had in that period of time a 4-game winning streak, or excuse me, a 5-game winning streak, a 4-game losing streak, and a 5-game losing streak. That's all in the last 2.5 weeks. Strike one to Luplow. Luplow clobbered a home run his first time up. 1-1. Suarez has done okay. Twins were able to bunch 3 consecutive singles together to score the second run they scored in the third. 1-2.
Yeah, I like the way that he's commanded both sides of the plate. The fastball changeup on the outside corner in these righties, and then kind of painting that inside corner with the two-seamer with 2 strikes.
Chased upstairs, a strikeout. 1 away here in the 6th.
Strikeout number 8. 6 of them on the fastball today.
Not known as a high strikeout guy, but the Twins are a high strikeout team. He's gotten Jeffers twice, once looking and once swinging. Two and 0. Three and 0.
7 of them on that fastball. 1 on the curveball today, and the curveball has been his main strikeout pitch.
Vasquez on deck. 3-1. You mentioned it before. Suarez really struggled in July, but his 3 starts, now counting this one, he's been much better. And Jeffers will take a walk with 1 out in the 6th. Quick word now from Gertens.
Bring your outdoor vision to life with Belgard and Gertens. Shop hundreds of Belgard paver bricks, walls, and fire pits at Gertens in Beaver Grove Heights.
Jeffers aboard. The second walk issued by Suarez. And Jeffers comparing notes with former teammate Jake Cave over there. Good to see Jake. It's another Twins connection in this Phillies team. We've mentioned a few of them over the course of the weekend. Dalton Guthrie was with the Phillies last year and earlier this year. He is the son of Twins reliever Mark Guthrie.
Left-handed pitcher.
Pretty important cog in the '91 World Championship team. A little roller. Vasquez hustling down the line, and he'll get an infield hit. Probably wouldn't have gotten that as a catcher, but as a first baseman, you got to show off your wheels. First and second, 1 down, and that'll bring up Wallner.
Put that one in a good spot. He sniffed a single out of the box. Head down. Ball was deep. Just a little roller.
Well, big at bat now for Wallner. He's hit the ball in the air twice for outs. A little pop up, and it's back and out of play. So Wallner, as we said, 2 for 20 against lefties, but one of the 2 went over the fence for a home run. Just missing. And I've talked with left-handed batters who've come through the Twins organization about the challenges of facing lefties, and it goes beyond the physics or geometry of it all. It's just you don't see much left-handed pitching in the minor leagues. There's a high fly, short center, and Rojas with the catch. That's out number 2.
Well, and however it works out, You know, the Twins are missing a couple guys that I think Rock would like to have in the lineup today, but it is opportunities for Julian, for Wallner, just to get to see them, just to get to see what that looks like, and hopefully they'll continue to get some opportunities here and there. And
it's one of the most fickle things in baseball, and maybe the best example of that this year is Cody Bellinger, who early in his career was great against lefties, and then he couldn't hit them at all, and now he's, I think, hitting lefties better than righties this year. Outside ball one. Farmer with a strikeout in the second, the fly ball to right in the fourth. Twins could use a jolt here. 2-0.
Yeah, that's 2-run lead right here, and you got an opportunity. Love to see a base hit. Try to get one more at least if you can. Get a little insurance. It's this lineup, this Phillies lineup, this ballpark.
3-0. Taylor on deck.
Like to get yourself a couple more, little breathing room.
Pitch number 87 coming up for Suarez. This threat began with a 1-out walk. Three and one. That's the pitch that struck out Farmer back in the second inning. Pitch down and in on the edge of the box.
He's been locking up righties all day.
Runners will go. Full count and 2 down. Farmer takes ball 4, and they'll be loaded now for Michael A. Taylor. So in the inning, an infield hit for Vasquez, a couple of walks, and Taylor has a chance to deliver an awfully big 2-out hit. He got hits in his first 2 at-bats, and since then is 0 for 7 in the series. They're full. There are 2 out. Twins have a home run and a bunch of singles.
Well, that 89 pitches, nobody up in the pen. So this is his inning. Good, bad, or otherwise.
Taylor's seen him twice. He has a strikeout and a walk. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Big pop-up short center field, and Rojas comes in. This time the Twins leave the bases full, and it's still 2-0. Minnesota Twins baseball on Valley Sports North is brought to you by Luther Auto. Shop the Twin Cities' largest selection of vehicles at lutherauto.com. And by Grand Casino. Let your story begin. Did you make it to the Rocky statue this weekend?
I didn't make it to the Rocky statue, no. Walked around a little bit over there, went and ate a couple different spots, and saw Philly for the first time, but I did not see that.
Strike 1 to Bryce Harper. Sonny Gray's been outstanding. Phillies have just 2 hits, both singles. Been a few walks, but Gray left the bases full in the second inning, and there hasn't been somebody to touch second base ever since. 2 strikes. been mentioning all weekend long, Twins haven't been here since 2019. The pandemic had something to do with that. But Harper strikes out. If you want to see him strike out at Target Field next year, you'll have that opportunity.
Yep. Every other year now.
Six strikeouts for Sonny Gray, one away in the sixth, and the pitch count's still good too. 75 pitches thrown. Castellanos has hit 2 ground balls, one back to Gray in the first inning, and the other one a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play grounder. And earlier you mentioned, well, now how did they pick the Phillies to come in and play that exhibition series? You got to remember back then there was no interleague play, and so there was novelty in having Pagan getting loose. If you're going to have an exhibition series, it should be a National League team. The next year it was the Reds who came in for a 2-game exhibition series. And that is the attraction to interleague play. I can tell people that I saw Johnny Bench play, but when he came into Minnesota and played the exhibition series the next year, he was at third base, and that wasn't.
Yeah. But you did get to see him play.
I can tell people that I saw Johnny Bench play. 2 strikes to Castellanos. Half swing. Did he go? Yes. And a 3-pitch strikeout of Castellanos for out number 2.
Well, he's got the breaking ball going this inning. 2 strikeouts in this inning now, both on that breaking ball and out of the zone. And Castellanos looking for a heater. Didn't get it.
6 pitches, 2 strikeouts. You know what that means?
Uh-oh.
Bryson stopped the hitter. Strike 1. An immaculate inning is an inning where a pitcher gets 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. Nothing out of the strike zone. No foul balls. So much for that. Sonny Gray will take it. An 8-pitch 1-2-3 6th inning.
Of the game, Jordan Luplow starting things off. His first home run in a Twins uniform. What a great addition to the team. Now hitting .375 with an OPS of 1100 for his new organization. Not a bad start to this tenure. And how about Sonny Gray? Another great outing in the works. 6 scoreless innings. He's allowed 2 hits. A couple of walks mixed in there as well, but he has fanned 7 Phillies hitters. 80 pitches so far through the 6 innings. Not easy to keep this club quiet, but he's doing a great job, guys.
First pitch to Eddie Julian. Again, he swings at it, puts it in play. It's an easy ground out with Stott making the play 1 away, and that'll bring up Solano. And a pitching change with Thompson coming out here. He's allowed Suarez to go through the Twins lineup 3 times, but apparently that'll be the end of the day for him. Just a couple of earned runs, but on a day when he was outpitched by Sonny Gray to this point. Sir Anthony Dominguez will come in with 1 out in the Twins 7th. Businesses of all sizes gain an edge by hosting their prospects and clients at a Twins game. Take advantage of all that Target Field has to offer for your business, from a private suite to a special group seating arrangement. You can learn more by texting GROUPS to 51655 or go to twins.com/groups. Ranger Suarez certainly did well, taking the game into the 7th inning, giving up just 6 hits and a couple of runs.
Yeah, outpitched by Sonny Gray today, but he was good. That 2-seam fastball in the inner half to the right, he's locked them up.
Solano will hit. He's 1 for 3 as the designated hitter. And very quickly jumps on the first pitch from Dominguez and spanks a single to left. And that'll bring up the switch hitter Polanco.
Well, Dominguez has been tough on righties this year. High velocity fastball. You can see the arm side run that thing has, but Solano opened up early. Hit that ball hard through the left side.
Twins have Griffin Jacks warming up out in their bullpen. Sonny Gray's day may be done. Here's Polanco, 1 for 3 with an RBI single as a right-handed batter. Low, ball 1. Jacks gave up the only run that the Phillies scored last night. Alumni weekend here, and over the last 2 games, about the only thing that Philly fans have had to cheer about was Mike Schmidt, Steve Carlton, Charlie Manuel, and all the other icons of Phillies history introduced here. Oh, and there was a reversed challenge in the first inning?
Yes.
Or second inning, I guess it was. They cheered for that. Outside, 2-1.
Keep it that way.
That'll be up, I suspect, to Griffin Jacks, Caleb Thielbar, and Joan Duran. Checked his swing, 3-1. Jordan Luplow on deck. Now, Twins would rather not use Max Kepler. He's got a inflamed big toe. Carlos Correa dealing with the plantar fasciitis. Joey Gallo would be available off the bench at some point. This one poked foul. Willie Castro dealing with some tightness in his back.
Got a feeling we'll see Gallo when Christian Vazquez's spot comes up in the lineup here. Couple batters away.
Problem with that, though, then, is you've taken your second catcher out of the game, too. Foul back.
It's true.
We could see Gallo come in for Luplow if there are 2 guys on base here.
Another option. Either way, I think we'll see him. I think it took Rocco a while to come to terms with the fact that he wasn't going to put him in the lineup today after what he did last night.
Full count with 1 down. That's hit to center. Retreating is Rojas. Still going back, and he makes the catch on the warning track. And Solano hustles back to the bag. Pretty well hit ball for out number 2, and Luplow will come to the plate here in the 7th. Luplow with a home run to center and 2 strikeouts. Run in the first, run in the third. Twins out hitting the Phillies 7-2. Inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Looks like Cleveland's going to win its game in St. Petersburg. It's now 9-1 in the 8th inning. If the Twins win, even though it was not a great road trip, the Twins would return home with the same lead they had when they left. 4.5 games. So you go on the road, you lose 4 in a row, but you don't lose any ground in the standings. That's not bad, and maybe that's life in the American League Central. There's a drive, left field. Schwarber going back and with room right at the fence. Looked like Luplow may have had another one, but Schwarber made the catch, and it's stretch time here in Philadelphia. Bank, it never gets old. It wasn't old last night when Pablo Lopez did it, and it wasn't old today when Sonny Gray did it.
Back-to-back starts by this Twins starting rotation in a really tough ballpark to pitch. Sonny Gray today was phenomenal. 80 pitches in those 6 innings. 51 strikes, 15 out of 23 first pitch strikes, 7 punch-outs. Never get tired of watching him throw that breaking ball. Filthy today.
So in his 23 prior starts, the one that stands out for Sonny Gray so far this year, probably the 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs against the Yankees back in April. But again, given how the Phillies have been swinging it for 2 months now,
yep,
This one probably is his best start of the year. Trey Turner will face Griffin Jacks. Just off the outside edge. Turner, Cave, and Stubbs due up. Turner started the 7th inning against Jacks last night. Got a single and a run scored. Chopper. What a pick by Farmer, and they got him at first. Kyle Farmer with a backhanded pick. Turner among the fleetest of foot in the National League, and Farmer gunned him down.
An incredible play by Kyle Farmer. High chopper. I mean, that's one big hop, quick short hop there, and then he's got to get rid of that ball. Yeah, that's a big time play. Get the leadoff man.
One down, and now Cave. Off the plate, ball one. Cave hit a fly ball to left against Jacks last night. .97, thigh high. Called strike, 1-1. Inside tied him up. 1-2. The same formula that worked last night might be in play here today, with Thielbar warming up behind Jacks, and one would think in front of Duran. Stroke to right. Cave has his second hit. A 1-out single in the 7th, and now Stubbs will bat.
Sped him up with the fastball, but then he goes to the break ball here, trying to get this thing below the zone. He's going for a strikeout. Caught too much of the zone right there. Jake Cave, he was on it. 1-out single.
Sonny Gray struck Stubbs out twice. Once swinging, once looking. And a first pitch strike from Jacks. There's Thielbar warming up. Schwarber would hit 5th this inning. Jacks hoping to make sure that Schwarber doesn't hit until next inning. 0-2. Softly into right. Kay rounding second. He'll go to third. And the Phillies picking up some hits against Griffin Jacks as they did last night. Last night a single, a double, a run scored. But then he settled down and got the last 3 guys.
I'd have liked to seen him throw that sweeper down below the zone. He goes to a changeup. Pitch before, sweeper in the zone. The hitter knows you can throw it for a strike, and the best time to double up is right after a called strike. You throw that thing down below. Even if he recognizes it, he's got in the back of his mind that, hey, just saw that for a strike, more likely to chase there. And if you're going to throw the changeup, it's got to be off the plate. It's got to be away. He had him out front, but the location allowed him to stay on it long enough to dump it into right field. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Got an email yesterday from a Twins fan, and it's okay to tell your spouse how the game turned out, right?
Yes, you can disseminate that.
Oh, you can disseminate that much.
Yes.
Well, here's Rojas, 1st and 3rd, 1 down, in what will very likely be, I suspect, Jackson's last batter, regardless of what happens. And Another first pitch strike from Griffin Jacks. Phillies are 0 for 12 with runners in scoring position over the last 2 games. Up and in, and chased it for strike 2. Rojas hit by a pitch in the second, and then on a check swing, Sonny Gray got him in the 5th.
This is a swing from a guy looking for a breaking ball. See if Jacks goes right back up there again. Hard fastball above the zone.
And that hit him. He was hit by a pitch in the second, and that one really got him in the right hand.
We went to fastball 0-2, but just lost it. Looks like it got him in the right elbow.
Really, I mean, certainly hope that Rojas is okay, but a really costly hit batter, because now they're loaded up for Schwarber, and the Twins will probably bring Thielbar in to face him. Rojas, the 4th batter that Jacks faced. Got the first guy on a really good play by Kyle Farmer, but now 3 straight have reached the tying run in scoring position. And for the second time this afternoon, Kyle Schwarber is going to come up with the bases loaded, with Jacks leaving, having retired just 1 of 4 batters. Minnesota Twins baseball on Valley Sports North is brought to you by Indeed. The world can work better. Well, it wasn't supposed to turn out this way. Griffin Jacks was supposed to come in, take care of the 7th inning, then Thielbar the 9th, or 8th rather, and then Duran the 9th. And how they break this up here remains to be seen, but the first order of business is getting out of this mess.
Yeah, and Griffin Jacks got the leadoff hitter out, Trey Turner, and then facing 7, 8, 9, single hit by pitch. He was ahead of Rojas. 0-2, hit him with a fastball. So a couple of big outs for Caleb Thielbar right here. Got a lefty in Schwarber, and then Bohm on deck, a right-hander.
Schwarber came up in this spot with 2 outs in the 2nd inning, and Sonny Gray struck him out. Schwarber hitting 190 against lefties, but that's incrementally higher than his average against righties. Over the outside edge, strike 1. So Thielbar ideally was going to come in with 6 outs to get. Instead, there are 8 to get if the Twins are going to hang on to this lead. Missing low. Twins infield playing for a double play. Schwarber's only bounced into 3 of them this year. Big pop-up. Infield fly rule should be called. Julian tracking it. It's Vasquez with the catch. A big 2nd out. And now Bohm. Bohm with a single and 3 trips. Thielbar got him to pop up last night, leading off the 8th inning.
Well, a huge pitch right here in a big moment. Fastball. Well, a hittable pitch, and Schwarber missed it. He popped it up.
And now, I don't know why, it just seems like this plagues Caleb more than anybody else on the Twin staff. Some pitch comm issues.
My theory early in the season was it was the guys with the longer hair. And
that's not the case with Caleb.
No, the hair that he does have is short.
Bohm, one of the Philly top hitters with runners in scoring position. I think they're going to mark this off as a trip to the mound.
Oh, I think you have to now that they're discussing strategy.
And a mound visit has been charged, but hey, if you've got them, use them. This is a big spot in this game. And it's just the 7th inning. Up and away. Foul pop over the Twins dugout, 1-1. Thielbar got his 3 outs, facing 4 batters last night. '94 center cut, belt high, but a swing and a miss.
Well, he likes to throw that breaking ball off of that high fastball right there. So we'll see. Does he go try to get him to chase up again? He went fastball slider. He's got the loopy curveball that he likes to throw as well.
Nice block by Jeffers on a pitch in the dirt, 2-2, and nobody wants this to go to a full count.
Shouldn't call it loopy. It's just slower. That thing's tight, sharp, down, and you see how he tunnels that off the fastball. It's a good take by Bohm.
And a good block by Jeffers. Just squared his shoulders up and knocked it down. 3-2. It was 3-2 in the second inning when Sonny Gray struck out Schwarber. But now it's 3-2 to Bohm. And the runners will go. Got him looking. What an outing for Caleb Thielbar, even though it's not done. A big strike 3 call, and now Bohm has been thrown out of the game. A big strike 3 call ends the threat. He inherited 3 runners with 1 out. Schwarber popped up to Vasquez, and then Bohm called out on strikes on a pitch that looked inside.
Twins got a break right there. 3-2 count to Alec Bohm. Might have been a tick inside. Was a tick inside.
Bohm,
but
will get fined for that. And then he spiked his helmet. He'll get fined for that. And then whatever fine is attached to an ejection.
Little donation to the baseball assistance team.
So Sosa's in at third. Craig Kimbrell will come out of the pen, and it's just a shame that Jordan Luplow isn't leading off the Twins' 8th inning. Luplow lined out to end the 7th inning, and it was Luplow here 2 nights ago that did a spot-on impression of Kimbrell's approach on the mound.
Did the spot-on impression of Kimbrell and then promptly gave up a home run. See if Kimbrell can do that here.
It'll be Jeffers, Vasquez, and Wallner scheduled. Middle of the Twins lineup in a 2-0 game. First pitch fouled away.
Well, Kimbrell, one of the top closers, relievers of all time. He's the best of my generation. Got off to a rough start, but he's been really good over the last handful of months.
Been kind of a journeyman the last few years, bouncing around from team to team. And the boos and the reaction to the ball called there for Alex McKay, the home plate umpire.
They're going to boo every pitch that's not called a strike from here to the end of the game.
And grounded into the hole, a base hit. Jeffers gets his first hit. He drew a walk his last time up. And that'll bring up Vasquez, or will it? Well, Twins are making the move, and it's Max Kepler who's going to come off the bench and hit for Vasquez.
Jeffers gets the Twins started here. See if they can add insurance this inning. Base hit through the left side, breaking ball in the zone.
Oh, Luplow
taking notes.
All he can do is watch. Alex McKay drawing the ire of Philly fans. It is Kepler, who might not have been asked to pinch hit here if not for the fact that Jeffers reached. Twins look at this as an opportunity to add to the 2-0 lead. But this is different now than having your other catcher and in the DH spot, because if something happens to Jeffers, I certainly hope it doesn't, but if it does, you can just lose the DH for the balance of the game if the other catcher is the designated hitter. But now he's out of the game entirely. This ball to the left field corner, that's twisting toward the pole, but foul. So yeah, it's great that Ryan Jeffers made it to first base, but now he's got to stay in the game.
Yeah, he does. Very unlikely scenario, and let's hope it doesn't happen. It would get real interesting, because I think their next in line is playing shortstop right now.
That's served to right. Castellanos did not make the play. He did make the catch. First base umpire Bruce Streckman said he did anyway. The Twins are going to look at it. From up here, I thought I saw a trap. So right now there's an out. No, he got the glove in there.
Got his glove underneath it. That's a nice play. Both corner outfielders today for the Phillies, not known for their defense. Both made nice plays.
Of course, if you're a runner, you're almost left helpless because you don't know whether to advance to second or retreat. Here's Wallner. Takes a strike over the inside edge. Wallner 0 for 3. 3 outs through the air this afternoon. Bouncer to first. Cave to Turner. No chance. Wallner stays out of the double play. 2 away, and now Kyle Farmer. Farmer 0 for 2 with a walk. Phillies didn't score in their half of the 7th inning. That they didn't, due largely to the relief work of Caleb Thielbar, but also the great play that Farmer turned in the first at bat.
Yeah, that started the inning. Who knows what could have happened had Trey Turner reached base to start it off.
Missing ball 1. While Wallner's probably not a stolen base threat here, he runs so well he likely would score on a double. So Emilio Pagan getting loose. Bouncer to short, should wrap up Twins half of the 8th. Turner fires it across, and the Twins get a leadoff single that send just 4 men to the plate in the 8th. With a big game for the Guardians. Very tough losses for the Guardians in that Tampa Bay series, but comfortably in front here now 9-2 late in the ball game in St. Petersburg. Logan Webb going tonight against the Rangers, and Julio Urias pitching tonight for the Dodgers. Caleb Thielbar, who did a marvelous job getting the Twins off the field without a run scoring in the 7th, will be asked to face one more man, Bryce Harper, leading off the 8th inning.
Houdini'd his way out of bases loaded, 1 out. Bailed Griffin Jacks out, got a pop out, struck out Bohm looking, and Yeah, he'll get Harper here.
Gallo in at first. Gallo in at first. Kepler in right. Harper 0 for 2 with a walk. Thielbar inheriting 3 runners and none scored with just 1 out in the inning. Now trying to get Harper to start the 8th. And was that a warning of some sort?
I think Harper must have taken his time out.
Big swing and a miss. Two strikes. Harper, then Castellanos and Stott. Two. Well, Thielbar got out of it, but he ran the count full to Bohm and had to deliver an awfully big pitch to end the threat in the 7th. Doesn't want to start this inning with a 3-2 count or a walk. Got him looking. And Harper's on the verge of getting tossed here too. Having tossed Bohm, Harper was right on the edge of getting tossed, and his manager now is tossed.
He showed some restraint. Alex McKay did not throwing Harper out when he waved him off. That pitch much closer than the one to end last inning. I think you can make an argument that that's a strike more often than not right there. Breaking ball breaking across the plate. Good pitch by Caleb Thielbar.
After the 7th inning ended, Rob Thompson came out, had an extended chat with Alex McKay, and I think both the manager and the umpire had a short fuse after that. And nice job by Jeffers elevating that glove just a little bit after receiving the pitch.
Yeah, well received by Jeffers. Good pitch by Thielbar. They're too close to take. Those pitches are too close to take at this point in the game. They've both gone the Twins' way.
So now Pagan will try to pick up the ball game with 1 out in the Phillies' 8th. Still in the game. We know Rob Thompson is not. 1 out in the 8th, and now Emilio Pagan will come in to get Castellanos and Stott. Alex McKay is a call-up umpire, and he's drawn the wrath of Philly fans here. Meanwhile, Pagan has somewhat quietly put together a pretty good year.
Yeah, he certainly has, and that ERA continues to go down. Had that one rough outing early against Boston, but over time he's thrown the ball well enough. He's found himself back into the late inning situations.
Strike 1. Off the plate, 1-1. Castellanos has not gotten the ball out of the infield. He bounced into a double play in the 3rd. Sonny Gray got him on a check swing in the 6th. 97 and a swing and a miss. And now Castellanos will take a timeout.
Well, and if you're wondering why Pagan is putting together a nice season, this at bat, pretty good illustration. The first pitch right on the outside corner, 96. Goes back now here inside corner 97, both on the black, and when he was struggling, those balls tended to drift back toward the middle of the plate, so his command been really good.
2 down, thankfully, for Alex McKay, a swinging strikeout.
Well, and then right there, he just blows them away. Outside corner, inside corner, and then here you go, 98 miles an hour by him.
Stott with 2 ground outs and a walk. Outside ball 1. And now 2-0. Not just the velocity, but it's the location.
The location, it's got good carry, 17 inches of vertical break there. So that ball's staying up, starts up, stays up. Plays faster than the velocity shows, too. Doing that at 97, 96, 97, 98 miles an hour with carry.
2-2 to Stott. Got him. And Pagan comes out of the pen and picks up 2 big strikeouts. A lot of runs scored Friday night, mainly for the Phillies. A lot of runs scored last night, mainly for the Twins. This a pitcher's duel, and it has been a delight to watch. Dylan Covey will come out of the Phillies pen to pitch to Michael A. Taylor, Eddie Julian, and Donovan Solano. Run for the Twins in the first, another one in the third. And if you have fingernails left, you might want to turn away for the 9th inning. Taylor, a walk and an 0 for 2 night. And strike 2. One and 2. Fans around the Phillies bullpen on Friday said they wanted to see Duran pitch. They may get their wish. Two and 2. Taylor walked leading off the 5th, but was taken off the bases on a fielder's choice. Twins have had one good opportunity to add to the 2-0 lead. That came in the 6th when they filled the bases but didn't score. And now 3 and 2.
They've had base runners every inning in this game, other than the 4th inning. Had guys on, had opportunities, but yeah, only one real.
Push to the right side. Close play. Taylor retired. Stott makes the play for the first out of the night.
Only one real chance, but Sonny Gray, this bullpen has made it hold up so far.
Now Julian. Julian with 10 home runs on the year, his most recent on July 26th. In other words, the man is due. Takes a strike. One and 1. Taken up, and it's 2-1. And now inside 3-1. Solano on deck. And Julian will take a 1-out walk. We have not seen Julian be sent in many stolen base attempts. He's 3 for 3. Solano on deck. We'll see if Twins try to get him into scoring position here. Not on the first pitch, and there's strike one.
Wouldn't mind seeing them either try to steal him into second base, or even with Solano, maybe try a little hit and run. You got a big opening on the right side. And he's got good contact skills. He's a guy that I wouldn't be afraid to hit and run with.
But now 2 strikes. Solano is a right-handed batter, and then the switch hitter Polanco is a lefty. Might be able to take advantage of that big hole on the right side. One and 2. Up the middle into center field, and Julian will only get second base. That ball really drilled hard right up the middle. First and second, 1 down for Polanco. This is a couple of games. Got a bad ankle, bad knee. 3 hits later.
Yeah, fastball middle down. He just smoked that right back up through the box off the mound, and yeah, he didn't miss a beat. Donnie Barrels can hit.
And now a big at bat for Polanco. And a pitch clock violation on the pitcher, and it's 1-0. And guess who called that?
Well, they're booing every ball, whether it's thrown or whether it's a pitch clock violation.
So count to Polanco is 1-0. Chopped right side, and that's through for a hit. Julian to third. He's going to be waved around, and he'll score. The Twins had a big run. Castellanos overshoots the cutoff man, but a walk, a pair of singles, and now it's 3-0.
A little bit of insurance. Polanco found a hole on the right side. Cave thought about it. He didn't go for it. Second baseman not able to get there. Julian scores easy.
Luplo's hit the ball hard twice. A home run in the first, lined out in the 7th. Squaring, bunting in the air. And that's out number 2. Tried to bunt for a hit, but popped it up. And now Jeffers, who's reached his last 2 times up. At the knees, strike 1. And now 2. Better than most. Jeffers has had a pretty good two-strike approach, opening up the whole field. See what he can get done here on 0-2. Dribbler towards third, and that'll wrap it up. But the Twins add a run in the ninth. It'll be 3-0 for Joan Duran. Twins host the Tigers starting Tuesday night. Quick 2-game series. Hoping you're with us Tuesday at 6 on Valley Sports. Twins beat the Phillies 8-1 last night, 3-0 here this afternoon. Joan Duran coming out of the pen to try to pin it down.
See if Durant can have a clean inning. He's got a 3-run lead, but let's get through this thing smoothly. It's been a while since he's had a 1-2-3 inning. You got to go all the way back to July 15th against the Oakland Athletics. Overall numbers really good. Know what he can do with that fastball, the curveball, one of the best in the game. And that hard splitter.
Trey Turner will lead things off. Then Jake Cave, Garrett Stubbs scheduled. Twins have 8 shutouts. A couple against Kansas City, a couple against Cleveland, 1 against Detroit. In their strike one, this would, given how the Phillies have been swinging the bats for the last 2 months, this would be the most impressive shutout of the season. Missed inside. And Duran didn't like the feel of that split change coming out of his hand. Hot up the middle, and Turner, who's been held hitless today, starts the ninth with a single. And you're right about clean innings and how it's just been a long time since Duran has had a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, and that's right there. I mean, you did everything you want to do, and a little bit of it has been that, just some batting average on ball and plain noise where you get the ground ball, finds a hole up the middle.
So the extra run really important now, because as Cave stands in, he does not represent the tying run. Upstairs, ball 1. We, it seems, have seen less of his fastball. We've seen a lot more of the breaking stuff and splinker.
Well, I think that it's, even though he throws as hard as he does, it's important to mix pitches. Hitters now see velocity close to what he's got, and so guys can time that up.
Two and one. But maybe part of the problem is what we've seen in this at bat. A few more hitters counts instead of jumping out ahead. Strike 1, strike 2. 2-1 to Cave. High fly, deep center field. Taylor looks like he's got it measured. 1 out.
Put a good swing on the curveball, just popped it up. Important out right there. Get that first guy. Get that first out. Keep the tying run away from home plate.
Stubbs will hit. There'll be another meeting on the mound. Stubbs on the afternoon, 2 strikeouts and a single. For what it's worth, the Twins have used up all their mound visits. 1-0. JT Realmuto on deck. He will hit apparently for Rojas. Slashed foul. 1-2. Strikeouts are still coming for Duran. Last outing on the 10th in Detroit. 1 inning, 1 hit, but 2 strikeouts. And he could use one here with the slugging catcher on deck. 2-2.
Take a strikeout or take a double play. Leave Realmuto in the on deck circle.
Twelve pitches for Duran, only 6 strikes, and it's a full count. Double play, a bullet to Gallo, and the Twins take the series in Philadelphia.
Heck of a way to bounce back after Friday night. You come in there. Yesterday the offense explodes. Pablo Lopez was great, and then today back it up with Sonny Gray. Just enough offense to squeeze one out. Come to Philly, play a hot team, you win a series, get to go back home. Heck of a way to finish the road trip.
And so the Twins gave up just 1 run to the Phillies last night, and they shut them out this afternoon. It'll be a fun Twins Live postgame show coming up next.